Anyone can be a business owner and absolutely anyone can be an investor. But which of these two sets of people make the most money? Watch this video till the end to find out. It is only proper that before I start off this video, I define who an investor is and who a business owner is. And as you know, my channel is all about simplicity so that the least person watching this video can understand what I'm talking about. So in simple terms, a business owner is someone who owns a business. And an investor is someone who puts his money in a business as an investment. After watching so many videos, reading so many articles and a lot of books about investing and owning a business or business owners, I hate to tell you this, but they are the same thing. I'm just joking. So at 19, I had this big dream of owning the first ever drive-thru restaurant in Yenagoa. Fast forward to 3 years after, I realized that, you see, this thing called cooking is in my forte. In fact, at 24, I started this food stuff business with my friend, and that was when I came to know for sure that, oh my, this is not my calling. But around the same time, from when I was 20, I became really invested and interested in learning about investing. And that's when I knew that, yes, this is the path that I want to take. Why am I making this video? In this generation, millennials and Gen Zs, there's this thing about looking down on others because they are depending on their 9 to 5. Look, I'm not saying depending on your 9 to 5 alone is a right way to live, but I just think that business is not for everybody. And if it is not for you, fine and good. As a business owner, you could own a successful business or a not so successful one, but it's not about owning a business. Are you a business owner or are you a successful business owner? That's the question you want to be answering if you actually own a business. And let's not forget that owning a business comes with a lot of responsibilities, from hiring the right set of people to making sure that the business is progressing in an upward manner in every ramification. So, it's a lot. I mean, you practically oversee everything in most cases, but this is different with investing. I'm not saying investing doesn't have its own, risks and all of that stuff, but it requires less stress. All you have to do is put your money in a business that you trust, and if the business isn't doing so good, you just have to take your money and put it elsewhere. That is it. I personally feel that investing is one of the easiest ways to build wealth. So with this thing called wealth, there is no actual path that leads to it. It's a bunch of paths leading to success, leading to wealth, and you just have to figure out which one works for you. If you had asked me 10 years ago or 8 years ago, what does owning a business entail? My response to you would have been owning a shop, having products in that shop, selling, doing waybills when you need to, making profits, and that would have been it. But now the concept of business is broader. It's no longer that old-fashioned way of doing business that we know. Look at all these amazing TikTokers, all these amazing YouTubers doing things online and making the most money out of it. Businesses now, they're going digitally. I remember when we were done with school, NYC, there was this side program that they would teach you, especially females. It was more makeup, tailoring, baking, bead making. So when I finished school and I was, in search of a job and all of that stuff, and I wasn't doing any of these things, I felt like I wasn't serious with my life. I felt like I wasn't making the most out of my life, because when they said skill, get a skill at that time, that was the only thing at the back of my head. So I should be either doing makeup or tailoring or baking or bead making, soap making, all those physical things that they used to teach us that time. But the world has gone digital. Digital skills are what are in vogue, and that is what I care most about at this point in my life. So if you're like me, and people, because I've seen this happen with someone, I was at an internet cafe some days ago, and one guy, his uncle was, talking him down because I think he came to print his CV, and his uncle was like, they can't print CV, go learn hard work, we go use make money. So don't stress yourself over it. And the thing about business is, it's not for everyone. Sadly, there are some people that their destinies are to help people with their own businesses, to help people with their own startups. Studies have shown that, a couple of startups fail so many times before they actually start seeing progress in their business. Like, there are a lot of uncertainties that comes with starting up a business, and I am not a fan of failing 10 to 20 times before realizing that something is not for me. You know, that was me 2 years, 3 years ago, thinking I wasn't making the most out of my life. And if you're just like me, I want to tell you this. There are so many paths that you can take towards being wealthy, towards being successful. If you're in your 20s, you're a teenager, you're in your 30s, don't be so hard on yourself. Fail a couple of times, try new things. You definitely figure out what works for you. And when you find that thing, go all into it, not caring about whether you fail or not. Because when you're passionate about something, you wouldn't care whether you're failing a million times or a billion times, because for you, that is your plan A, and there is no plan B. It's get it or die getting it. I'm also sharing here with you today that investing is one route that you can take. So the CEO of Coca-Cola last year made $50 million. That's a lot of money. But guess how much the goats made? Over $500 million. That is much more money. I'm not saying that being an investor is better than being a business owner or vice versa. I'm just saying that investors make just as much money as business owners, and in some cases, they even make more. Warren Buffett has showed us a great example. So don't be too hard on yourself. Try investing if you've tried business a couple of times, just like me, and it didn't work for you. I really hope you got value out of this content. If you did, then click on the like button because it will show that you support the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.